Another miracle of Jesus was the healing of the Apostle Peter's mother-in-law from lying sick with a fever. The healing account was established in 3 Gospels by the Apostles Matthew, Mark, and Luke. One recorded version is found in Matthew 8:14 and 15. The scripture says, "And when Jesus entered Peter's house, he saw his mother-in-law lying sick with a fever. He touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she rose and began to serve him." The story holds profound significance for understanding Jesus' ministry and its relevance to our lives today. This video will look at why this seemingly minor miracle is so important, and how it is an enduring lesson from which we can draw on. The healing of Peter's mother-in-law is recounted slightly differently in each gospel. These variations are not contradictions, but rather to enrich our understanding of the event. Each gospel emphasizes various aspects of the healing. Matthew, for example, depicts Jesus acting spontaneously, initiating the healing without a request. The immediate action Jesus takes shows his willingness to intervene in the midst of everyday life. His compassion isn't passive, it springs him into direct action. Mark and Luke, conversely, portray the healing as a response to a plea for help, emphasizes Jesus' compassion and responsiveness to human suffering. It shows him actively listening and engaging with people's needs. He meets them where they are in their distress. It also shows the importance of personal faith and the role of prayer to receiving God's grace. The Gospels also differ in their descriptions of the healing act itself. Matthew mentions Jesus touching her hand, a significant event given the cultural understanding of ritual purity at the time. Touching someone considered unclean was a radical act, showcasing his disregard for societal norms in the pursuit of compassion and healing. Mark's account describes Jesus taking her hand, and Luke introduces the detail of Jesus rebuking the fever, suggesting a spiritual dimension to the illness. This rebuking indicates there is a spiritual battle associating the fever with an evil presence that Jesus overcomes through his power. The significance of Jesus healing Peter's mother-in-law goes beyond the immediate event. The story gives several powerful lessons we can use in our lives. First, the miracle shows Jesus' holistic concern for both physical and spiritual well-being. He didn't ignore her physical suffering. He actively stood in, demonstrating that physical health is vital for spiritual growth and service. Secondly, the story highlights that no problem is too small for God. He cares about the details of our lives, no matter the obstacle's perceived size or significance. Peter's mother-in-law, once healed, immediately returns to preparing and serving food to everyone. Despite potential Sabbath restrictions, she wanted to show her profound faith and gratitude. This act gives an inspiring example of how to respond to God's blessing. The woman doesn't wallow in her healing relief, but immediately turns to serving others. This showed the importance of actively using our gifts and talents to serve others after experiencing God's blessings. The setting of the healing, likely Peter's home in Capernaum, shows the communal nature of life in first-century Palestine and the importance of family and community. Eyewitness accounts of the healing strengthen the bonds within this community. In conclusion, the healing of Peter's mother-in-law highlights the collective nature of faith, where healing and support are experienced within a supportive relational context. It also reveals Jesus' authority, compassion, and holistic approach to healing. The healed mother-in-law's subsequent actions serve as a strong example of faith, gratitude, and selfless service. This is H.A. Graves.